Part 2. This is Mental Refreshments channel. So, like I was saying, if you are around kids that are overly sexual, that can be from a baby up to their little bit in their teens or a little bit older. Someone could be physically, mentally disrespecting them, crossing boundaries. I've had a lot of things happen to me at a young age that I shouldn't have seen, shouldn't have dealt with. And if you ever wonder why these kids that be outspoken, acting real grown, it's because of their environment they're in. As adults, stop talking around your kids. Stop putting your business out there around your kids. Allow your kids to be kids. Allow them to stay in the kids' place. You don't understand what you're doing to them. And I can speak on my own. Because I got out of my mom's house at a young age. I ran away so much because it was a lot going on in that house. And I'm just going to keep it real. I might say some things that family might not like, but it's the truth. I experienced a lot, and I was the baby, and I was the last one to leave. But I went through a lot as a young girl, and as was stated to me, you're very pretty. I experienced a lot in life out on the streets. I grew up fast. So I'm telling you, when you see these kids acting out, instead of you calling them fast and all that other stuff, that's what they used to say back in the day. You need to figure out, hey, it should be a question in your mind. Hey, what's going on with this child? Somebody's messing with this child. Let me take this person under my wing and let me get some help. Friends, pay attention to your friends. Don't talk about your friend behind their back and all that. You learning all the information, you taking it in your mind to use it as a weapon against them. I've experienced dating men. Well, I wouldn't say men, I say boys. Because a real man wouldn't use what you say, different things that have happened to you in your life, use it against you. And then when they're angry because you didn't act or do what they wanted you to do. Those are those insecure men, and I've experienced it so much in my life. When you're very open and honest with people, because you think, hey, if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. Not thinking. Only an insecure person is going to ask you, how was the sex with the last person you was with? Why do you want to know how the sex was with the last person I was with? Those are red flags, people. So that means to me, you asking that question now, you going to compare for the rest of the time that you're dealing with me. If you match up, or can you get better than them? Stupid to me. I always thought it was crazy because I would laugh like, why? That's crazy. Why would somebody want to know that? Okay, you asked, I'm going to tell you. Because I was an honest person. I'm still honest, but now I know. You can't tell everybody your business. A person has to earn things. Things that have happened to you in your past sometimes have to be left in the past because you don't realize. And I always tell this, I tell it to my kids and I tell it to people, friends, or whatever. Think about this. It's like you having flashbacks. It's like you're going back in time when that event actually happened. When you're talking about and telling somebody, hey, this happened to me at this point in my life. This happened. This is what the results was. This. Pay attention. If ever a person is telling you their life story, watch their body language. Sometimes they're going to break out crying. They're going to get so emotional because they're having a flashback. They have went back to that time in their life when that actually happened. And I'm not going to say common sense, but once you heal, once you recognize that, hey, every time I talk about it, I'm reliving that moment. There has to be a cutoff time of you hurting yourself, because reality is you are hurting yourself every time you talk about it. There has to be a time that you close the door and deal with that. Not just close the door, you close the door after you deal with that pain. Me, I learned how to self-heal myself. Because in my mind, who knows me better than I know myself? Me. So me, every time I went through something, I would separate from people. I would become an introvert because that was my time of healing, understanding, hey, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I picking the same type of people? Why am I picking these type of jobs? Why am I picking these type of friends? It's because I needed to lay in that pain and heal. A lot of people don't want to lay in the pain. They don't want to lay in the issues. You can't heal from something if you don't deal with it. You can't keep running from your pain. I've experienced losing a husband. I was a widow. For years, I ran from it. I stayed in the anger stage. There's, I think they said 5 or 6 stages of grief. I stayed in the anger phase for a while because I was young. I was 31. He was 38. And I had 3 young kids. I stayed in the anger phase of, why did you leave me with these kids? Why you leave me on this earth with these kids? I got to deal with all this now. This is just too much burden on me. That's how I looked at it. I was just so angry with him that I just put it in the back of my mind and didn't deal with it. So it took me moving to a whole nother state in my late 40s to have someone come across me that experienced losing their loved one. To where it was like, okay, so I guess this is my test. This is my lesson. I got to deal with this person to heal myself. And real talk, I went through some of everything with tornadoes, hurricanes, everything with that person. That person put me on my journey now that I'm on. Who you see now is because of me dealing with. When I say the bottom of the barrel all the way to the top, I went through it. But that was because it was things in me that I needed to heal that I thought I had healed. No, I didn't heal. I had put them in the back of my mind and closed the door so I didn't have to deal with it. No, you got to deal with it. The pain in your life, you got to lay in it, marinate in it, so you can come out right and healed. So that's part 2. I'll talk more on the next one.